Hello people, Mark here from Asia Unveiled. So yeah, today's a little side quest video. So I touched on this subject at the end of a previous video. Basically saying that like me personally, I don't know about you people watching, like other people, I'll get quite annoyed like going onto Instagram now and things like this, and seeing certain influencers, seeing certain things like this, posting things that ain't exactly true, like making things seem a lot easier than what they are. Like I've been there. Like yeah, I'm mostly responsible for losing my business, but the setting up the business and everything, buying the business and everything, there's a whole process to it that no one's showing you. Like there's a few people that do go into it a bit more, like on the YouTube side of things, but when it comes to like the actual social media, just your handheld shorts, like you're not really seeing it. Like, and I just want to put a few things straight. I want to put a few things straight about the broccoli industry out there, as obviously that was what my shop was in. You got a lot of people acting like it's still what it was when Thailand legalized it after COVID. It's not like that anymore, and you haven't got people saying this. And yeah, everyone should take what they see on social media with a pinch of salt. Like you shouldn't believe everything you see on social media. You know there's stuff going on in the background that you're not seeing on the camera, but I'm sure a lot of people do get caught out. A lot of people do. Like down for instance, like, I'm gonna go into the main body of it in a minute, but just down to a little thing that I always see on a lot of people's Insta videos in the background of YouTube videos and things like this. Like you're seeing people vaping. Like you see a lot of the Thai girls in videos vaping. And this then gives the perception to people watching. Like yeah, it's illegal to vape in Thailand. No, I saw this girl in this video vaping the other day. I saw this in video vaping. Like yeah, you walk down majority of walking streets. There's a lady walking down with a tray with a load of vapes in it. After a few drinks, or if you don't know the laws in Thailand, you're not going to sit there and think that's illegal. You're not going to know. It's little things like this that just, I don't know, since now being back, like they just annoy me, like throughout the like countless paperwork. Like I've still got some of the paperwork here. Like it's all from when I bought the business. All going through all that. I'm gonna go into a bit more detail into that in a minute. Like actually the doing the shareholders, getting the licenses, things like this. Things like I said, things that you don't see. But the first thing I want to touch on is like I said, get the broccoli industry out in Thailand now. Like yes, when I moved there, it was completely legal, but it's only the flower. The flower's legal. Edibles are illegal. THC vapes are illegal. Pre-rolls are even illegal. Like, do you know what I mean? Pre-rolls, like they're never gonna do anything about pre-roll. But basically, unless it's the actual flower itself, it was illegal. It was illegal to smoke inside your shops. A lot of people paid a bit of extra dough. Like you couldn't smoke in there. You weren't allowed to smoke outside. Things like this. There was a lot of rules that people didn't know. Like I didn't know it when I first opened my shop. I didn't know I had to pay a little backhand to be able to have people smoking inside. Like I didn't think of things like this. So when I'm going there, getting the licenses for the cannabis and everything like this, and like I said, the license is just for the flower only. So if you put that into an edible, that edible's now illegal, but you're not gonna know that. You're down on Bangla Road, like walking down there. Nine out of 10 shops, probably even 10 out of 10. You could go in there, you can buy edibles, you can probably buy a weed vape, you can think things like this that are illegal in Thailand, and people getting slipped up with it. Whether it's you get complacent and you get to the airport, you're now travelling to a further destination and you get caught with vape in your bag. It's illegal, you're losing money, you're getting fined. Do you know what I mean? It's causing problems for people. Like I just personally think is unnecessary. Like with weed situation out there, as far as I know, like I said, my friend's just come back. He's had to deal with it. Obviously, I was there when it was completely legal. Like the shop and everything I had was fully legal. I wasn't a nominated business, nothing like that. I was a shareholder, and I had signing power and everything like this over the company. Like yes, my partner was majority shareholder, but I was basically like CEO of the company, so nothing could be signed without me. But I owned a fully legal cannabis dispensary in Bangla Road, Phuket. So yeah, when I'm seeing people like Sir Zoot, for instance, who's on Instagram every day, like yeah, I quite like his content. I follow him. Do Do you know what I mean? But he sits there every day, every video he's posting, it's, oh, I'm an English stoner that's moved to Thailand where the green's completely allowed. It's not anymore. Do you know what I mean? Sort of sitting there, opening your thing with what everyone wants to hear. Like, things like this are just starting to get to me a bit more. Like, it's not completely allowed anymore. It's medical. It's been changed to medical. You've got shops being closed down. I'm going to put in a little article now. So yeah, this is just an article I pulled up. Like I said, it literally says there, it's a 90-day crackdown on shops. Obviously, yeah, some of them are to do with licenses. A lot of them do with licenses, nominated companies, things like this, not having the correct license. But as well now, it is people not following the medical licenses, the regulations they've got now. People are getting caught up. Shops are getting closed down now. People are getting fined for being caught with cannabis while on a motorbike. It's not as it was. Like, you got shops getting closed down. You got things like this. They're cracking down on it a lot more. You can't fly with it anymore. Things like this. Like, there's a lot more regulations. There's a lot more rules to the cannabis industry now out there. Everything's going to be tested. You're going to have a prescription. You can only carry a certain amount. Like I said, I've not been involved in this side of it because I lost the business before it turned medical again. But it's not like you can just now walk around. Like, you'll get fined for it again. Like, yeah, you're probably not going to prison for it like you would have done 10 years ago in Thailand if you got caught with cannabis. But if you can't pay the fine, then yeah, you will. But people are going to start losing money with that. Obviously, yeah, I think one major thing that done it, one thing that destroyed the cannabis industry out there is people doing the flying. Things like that. So much got caught that Thailand had to put their foot down on it. Every day, every single day, you got people getting caught at the airport. You got people posting things like this, and it's getting stopped. And Thailand had to do something about it.
Four tourists thought they could breeze through airport security with a massive stash of contraband. Customs officers in Thailand intercepted over 30 kilograms of vacuum-sealed cannabis hidden inside their suitcases. The illegal export was valued at a staggering 2.6 million baht.
They had to be seen to do something about it. And as well, like, my personal opinion on that industry, like, looking back at it now from stepping out of that world, like, I think it's maybe a bit of a coincidence, but I personally think Thailand knew that they lost a lot of money, obviously, during the corona epidemic. They knew the tourism was down because no one was allowed to travel. They've not made any money. All their money comes from tourism. So yeah, I personally think they've sat there and thought, what's the way that we can literally in the next 5 years make all the money back and more that we lost during COVID? Let's be the first Asian country to legalise cannabis. They know it's not a harmful drug. They know it's not something that's going to up the death rate. It's not going to things like this. Like, yeah, you have a couple of people being sick and passing out. Like, do you know what I mean? It's the worst thing that's going to happen. Or someone might steal a bag of crisps or a sandwich in 7-Eleven because they're high and got the munchies. That's the worst crime that's going to happen from upping like the legality of cannabis in that country. So yeah, that's my personal opinion. Everyone's got their own opinions on it. I personally think they've done it. They legalised it to make the money back they lost during. It's a smart thing. I'm not saying it's not. It's a smart thing. But basically, they've made the money back that they lost during COVID. They've then made an extra bit of dough and then gone, right, we don't want to be known as that destination. Because we're starting to get that. There's videos on YouTube, things like that, of Thailand's the next Amsterdam. So Germany had just legalised at that point as well. So, but they're the first Asian country ever to do this. So I think straight away they're under scrutiny for doing it from other countries, from things like this, and probably most of their political parties were probably against it. So I think personally they made the money back, they made a bit of extra dough, and they've gone, right, now we're going to start stepping back. We're going to start retreating now. We made it fully legal. Like, we didn't put no implications in, made the flower fully legal. And now we're good again. Our tourism's up. Tourism's booming in Thailand, like always. I know some figures say it's slowing down. They've just reduced how long you can stay on the visa free entry. things like this, they've cracked down on border runs. So I think their numbers have gone down, but in the overall thing, their tourism is back up to better than COVID times. So I now think they're now retreating away from being involved in that. One thing I will say, I do think they won't be able to take it out of the walking streets. I think this is more aimed towards people that are sort of opening shops in Rawai, Kamala, Katu, like places out of the main tourism boom, out of that walking street. So like Bangla Road is a lawless place. In Pattaya, the walking streets are a lawless place. In Bangkok, every tourism place, Chiang Mai, Koh Samui, it's basically a lawless place. Like prostitution is illegal in Thailand. You wouldn't think that if you walked down any walking street in Thailand. Like things like this, they're sort of left to it a bit more. I do think the cannabis industry will be sort of left alone a bit, maybe regulated. They'll have to pay a little thing. They'll have to have a little, like, so you go in there, you get your prescription, you're allowed to carry 3 or 4 grams on you at a time or something like this. But it's only for the walking streets. Everywhere else, no. That's where I can see how it will end. That's what I think it's heading towards now. Is to basically get rid of all majority of shops, and obviously in the walking streets, fine. They'll pay their bit of money and they'll be able to do what they want to do, which the majority of places already do it anyway. I've done it with my shop. You pay and you can do what you want. So, do you know what I mean? Little things like this. I've worked with people making edibles in Thailand they're not allowed. I've sat there making them and sold them to a lot of shops throughout Thailand. So yeah, again, money will talk. It's of course it is that type of place. Money will talk when it comes to it. If you're rich and you've got a big shop, it will be harder to close them down. But there is a lot of restrictions now going on here, and just like I said, I'm just a bit fed up with just constantly seeing that it's easy things like this. Like I was watching some girl on YouTube the other day, and she's like, I'm just going to the shop, get some weed and blah blah, going for a smoke. And it's so good. I'm in the country, I can just smoke. Like, you get caught like that, you're driving your motorbike along and you're smoking a joint and you get pulled over, you're getting fined, you're losing money. But people don't want to go on a holiday and lose money. So yeah, that's what this was before. Just my opinion on that industry, obviously from having the shop I had in there to obviously losing it, and now what I've heard with things they're going, like I said, going towards the medical side of it. So just be a bit careful. I mean, yeah, you can still get it everywhere. Just be a bit more careful with it. Don't be so open with it as if it was 2-3 years ago. That's all I'm saying. And yeah, just another thing I just want to touch on is I see a lot of people, again, when it comes down to the long form content, the YouTube content, things like that. You do see it a lot more, like Mac TV, things like that. He does put up the more day-to-day run-ins of a business in Thailand. I've been seeing other people do like day one to day like opening a business in Thailand. Them ones are brilliant because they do tell you everything they do. You do see that you have to do. They do, like, they break it down for you. When it comes to short form content and people that are just doom scrolling, or that majority where they get their information and where they see everything from is from that 1 minute Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever it is you use. That's where they get a majority of their information on, to be able to think, I want to go to this place. And like I said, majority of places, like, yeah, behind the background, I reckon most people are doing the correct thing and most people are doing it, but they're just not showing it to people. And that's where I think a lot of people are going out there and they are messing up. Like I said, I've done it. I didn't look into it before I went and started my business. I just went on Facebook, saw, I had a friend that had opened the farm out there. I'm seeing it's all legal, everything's fine, that's sweet, I'm going. I'm sticking 50 grand into his business and I'm gone. Like, I wish we'd got a bar, restaurant, something else that didn't have so much like up and downs. Like, it's crazy. The things that come with owning the cannabis business out there are, it's not something I could have done long term anyway. I think by now, even if I had succeeded, I probably would have changed and done something else. Just because of all the constant rules and constant regulations, things like this. So, but yeah, I do just want to go into a little bit of buying the business. Like I said, I can't go into the part of actually having a successful business because I wasn't able to do that, but I can go into the points of what I've done to start the business, open the business, and things like that, and things that I said you don't see behind the scenes with a lot of people, the constant signing the paperwork, the lawyers, things like this you have to do. So yeah, I just wanna sort of put that in now. So yeah, we'll go back to say when I bought the business. Like I said, I did go onto Facebook groups, things like this, on Phuket business for sale, things like that. I seen Russian guy and a Thai lady selling their business with the lease to the shop, everything. Saw it was on Bangor Road, and I just snapped it up. Like I said, I would recommend you need to do a lot of research. I didn't do it. I went there for a 3-week holiday, come back 2 weeks later, I'm living it. So yeah, it was about a month. I think I come back November. I moved out there 26th of December. So yeah, I didn't take my time to look into it. I didn't contact any lawyers before moving out there, before buying the business. Nothing. I didn't do absolutely any of it. But I personally, I do think I was quite lucky. I think I overpaid for the business. Maybe once I've broken it down, people can let me know if they think I overpaid. I personally think I did. But yeah, so yeah, I found the business on Facebook. It was, like I said, the whole business is the licenses, everything, included the lawyer, do the sign overs, included absolutely everything, including free licenses, which I've got here. You've got this one. Obviously, they are all in Thai, but you can screenshot that. I'll try and screenshot it and translate it. Yeah, that's basically my company name. That's the broccoli cannabis license. You then got tobacco license, people to be able to smoke cigarettes on the property, and I've got an alcohol license. The alcohol license is only until midnight. Pay a little something, and you can do it most hours of the day. So yeah, that's the first thing you very rarely see people doing, is showing licenses. How'd you get the licenses? Things like this. Like I said, majority of people will have to go to their local consistency, things like this, apply for licenses, local government. Again, they can do, everything has to be done through a lawyer. So I was lucky enough when I bought the business that these 3 licenses came with the overall buying of the business. So like I said, this business cost me 1.2 million baht. Just straight outright. So outright, I've sent 10% of it before I've gone out there. And I've gone out there now, moved out there, met with everything, sort of sat down, had a chat, decided, yeah, definitely want to do it. Yeah, we met up at lawyer the next day. Luckily, the lawyer was quite good. Again, they included all the things to do with the lawyer in with. Yeah, they included everything in with the 1.2 million, included all lawyer fees, assigning everything out. I think it's about 40,000-50,000 baht maybe each time, but yeah, so we've met, and one of the first things you do is, it would be something like this. This is all like your tax or something. I can't remember exactly what these stamps are. It's all your tax duty or something else. But yeah, this is basically the shareholders. So yeah, I'm gonna block out the seller's name, but as you can see now, it's basically I've bought, it's in my name, the shares. So I own 9,800 shares, which have accumulated to 49.9%. Again, I'll block the lady who's shown it, and then this one, see, that's got more stamps in it, more tax duty, because that's for 10,200 shares, which accumulates to 51%. That was for my Thai girlfriend at the time. So got that done, got the tax done, and things like this. And one of the other things you have to do is you have to get your whoever you're buying the business off, they have to do a letter of resignation. So again, I'm going to block the names, but have that, which is a letter of resignation, which basically says evidence that they're stepping down as directors, and that now we're the new directors. So you have to make sure you get that letter of resignation from them. The other thing you'll need to get at this point, I was staying in the hotel. It was just got the condo out there. Yeah. So and the other thing you have to get is one of these. Basically like by sort of immigration things. Basically say when you've got in, where you're staying, things like that. You have to get that printed out. If you're staying in a hotel, you have to go to your hotel and ask them for it. Can't remember what the exact name of the form is. But yeah, basically it's like your informed status of your visa and things like this. You has to have when you entered, everything, your date of birth, your name, everything like that has to all be on that. And the lawyers was, like I said, it's a lot of signing. It's a lot of, again, it's all in Thai. It's just a lot of paperwork signing. There was another form we had to sign. We had to do 4 of these. There's a lot of paperwork things people don't get in. That was a registration for the company, things like that. The other thing you'll notice a lot is every single thing. Every company has their own stamp. So you have a stamp, and that's your company signature. So I'll sign, my partner will sign, whoever's doing something will sign, and then you stamp it. That stamp's like basically like a seal, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's another thing you have to get. You have to have your stamp. My overall company was called the Green Gazebo, was the actual company. The business underneath it was called Bangla Buds. So you can have a company and you can have multiple businesses underneath that one company. So the overall company was called Green Gazebo. The shop was called Bangla Buds. So yeah, that's another thing a lot of people you won't see, because the end of the day, like I said, they're not showing you the behind the scenes sort of things. But yeah, another thing you need to get is recording of the meeting with the lawyer, of the shareholders, things like this. So you have a general shareholder meeting, you have the location there. So this was at Pim's Bistro in Katu, Muang. And obviously it lists all the people that were there, and it says here we're changing director, changing the head office address to Soy Bangla Suites, which is where my shop was. Contact details of the company, change of shareholders, and if any other topics were needed to be spoken about. That basically lists everything that's getting spoken about, the people that are there, and every single person signs. So that's something else that is important, and you do need. So now going into, we've obviously bought the business, done all the changeover with the lawyers and everything, and then we had to go down to now meet the owners of the shop and get our basically our lease agreement done. Because yeah, included in with the 1.2 million was 200,000 baht deposit, the key money, and the first month's rent on the shop. Then after that, it was costing me 60,000 baht a month rent. So again, you go like this, you do the tax on when you sign your lease. Again, these are all in Thai, but it's basically the address, everything like that. I think it might be in English towards the back. So yeah, this is just a lease agreement, obviously in English. So you can see there 400,000 baht key money, 180,000 baht deposit, and 60,000 baht monthly. So you've got the stamp there that I spoke about. Everyone signs it, and then it goes over to the next page for basically to break down what's included in on the contract and what's expected of you. So what happens with damages, things like that, who's liable, all the conditions of the contract, and then on the final page, everyone signs, and yeah, that's your standard lease agreement if you're buying a business in Thailand. Hers, you can see there, Green Gazebo Company, number 66 Bangla Road, Tambon Beach. It basically says here 180,000 baht deposit, 400,000 baht key money, and 60,000 baht a month rent. So yeah, we went, signed all of that, everything that's very important. You will get a few copies. So again, I've got a couple of copies of that, which yeah, you will need. Again, another copy. You do need your licenses constantly in the shop, things like this. The visa I got a non-B business visa. So yeah, that was a visa I got. I did get a multiple entry visa because, like I said, I was planning to be able to go back and forth between UK and Thailand once the business was up and running, but I never managed to get around to doing that. But yeah, I've got a non-B business visa, and what that entitles is basically I can own the business in Thailand, but I'm physically not. Even though I had a work permit, I'm not allowed to handle cash in my own shop. Yeah, a lot of people slip up from that. When I was in the immigration detention centre, few people that their businesses been done over and been sent to prison. That was because they'd been caught in their shops serving customers and handling money, which you don't do. Something you have to do if you own a business there and you're a foreigner, you have to get 4 Thai staff. It doesn't matter whether your business needs to be operated by one person. You have to get 4 Thai staff. They basically come down to the shop. You'll get given like a plaque thing with like all your number and everything on it and your thing, and you get that on the front of the shop. Your staff then have to come down with their IDs, stand there and take photos. Every single one, 4 people have to take photos in front of your shop, in front of this sign, and it has to get sent off to the government. You then have to pay their social security each month, which is about four staff is about 3,000 baht every single month. You have to pay. A lot of places, I've done it for a little while until actually get real staff. You can just get 4 friends, get them to come down, take the photo, use their ID. A lot of lawyers might help you out with that, things like that. Again, money talks. If you sit there and play your lawyer, like, oh mate, sort it out. Most of the time he will. So yeah, getting a good lawyer helps out there. That's another thing I would recommend. Do research on your lawyers. Get a good lawyer out there. Some can mess you up, but a lot of people get scammed by lawyers out there. But if you get a good one, they'll help you out. I was lucky again to get a good lawyer for while I was in that business. Obviously, when I run out of money, I'm not going to be able to use his services anymore. But he was very helpful when it come to when I knew I was going to lose a business, things like this. He was very helpful with getting it all basically closed and everything like that. So yeah, finding a good lawyer does help. So yeah, that's one thing I do recommend is to do research on your lawyers. Maybe speak to people that are already out there. What lawyers do they use? Speak to long-term expats. Speak to people that have been out there for years. What lawyers do they use? That's the best thing I'd recommend. Like I said, I was lucky that the lawyer that done the signing and everything of the company, that he was able to then become my lawyer. So I just basically took him on because these 2 people that I bought the shop for, they had a shop in Bangkok. They were returning to Bangkok. I then bought their shop in Phuket. So they didn't need the Phuket lawyer anymore. So I basically retained the lawyer and kept on with him. But yeah, one thing like I said I am interested in is do you think I overpaid for the business? Like that's something I've been interested in. I've been told by people, no, that's not too bad. I've then been told by other people like, yeah, you overpaid. So like I said, 1.2 million. The actual shop itself, the building itself, like I said, it's a 4-story building. It was empty, it was a shell when I got it. So yeah, painting, everything, all furniture, everything I had to buy myself. The shop came with nothing apart from its 4 floors and 4 walls. Did have a kitchen, all the bathrooms were done. That was one thing. The bathroom, showers on every floor. That was one thing that was done. But the rest of it I had to do myself. So yeah, it was 1.2 million. That included 180,000 baht deposit for the shop, included 400,000 baht key money, and it then included all the sign overs, the buying the business, the licensing, everything like that. So yeah, I'd love to hear some people's opinion on did I overpay for that? I would like to know. I mean, obviously can't do anything about it now, but yeah, would be nice to know. So yeah. Let me know what you think on that. And I said this one was just a bit of a different one. I just wanted to put in a few things that, like I said, like I see on Instagram, that I just wanted to clear up. So I said I do think a lot of people get slipped up. They do think they can do certain things, and it's not that easy. Like I said, you obviously on people like one minute they're doing border runs, and the next minute they're posting up they're opening a business, setting up camping things, and then all of a sudden they're on a DTV visa. It's things like that. You sort of then think, and then you don't hear anything of it again. You sit and think, oh, he's probably been slipped up. Like little things and things like this. Yeah, I've noticed a lot now that I've left the situation and sort of looking in now, you do start to notice a few things like you are wondering, like, oh, I wonder if he's actually got his proper visa or things like this. Because like I said, you're getting a lot of creators out there that do go out there on DCV visa, and like I said, I don't know the process with opening a business on a DCV visa. I thought you would need to have a business visa. So yeah, things like that. Just don't get caught out. Do your research. You think they're going out there. I'm going to do a video further down the line breaking down the visa situation. I think that's what I've done with visas, how I got my visa, what I had to do. Obviously going up to Malaysia, things like that. I've done a couple of border runs, things like this, companies that I used. How it was like. I'm gonna do a future video of that breaking that down. But yeah, this is just a bit more of a not a serious one, but yeah, just breaking it down a bit more. Like I said about the cannabis industry out there and things like this. Just don't get caught out. Do you know what I mean? You still go out there, still have a smoke, but yeah, just be careful. Like I said, you got people thinking that it's too easy. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. And like I said, the other thing, showing you the little bit. I did have a request from someone before, asked me to go a bit deeper into the business side of things. So I hope maybe that might have cleared a few things up that he was asking. But yeah, I just wanted to go into the bits. Like I said, it's more behind the scenes stuff. Like I said, I'm not sitting here saying that all these people aren't doing it. I'm just saying they aren't showing it because, like I said, a lot of it's short form content. You're just gonna see the main bits of it. So yeah, I just wanted to put this in, and hopefully, if I can help one person not get caught up, slip up, or do something wrong like I did out there, then at the end of the day, this video is worthwhile doing. So yeah, we're gonna leave this one here, Peter. I'm gonna have another sort of side quest video coming out in a few days time. Got part 9 coming of my story tomorrow. So yeah, give me a subscribe. Looking forward to that one. Just give me a subscribe anyway if you're watching. But yeah, give me a like, give me a comment, anything you want to know, anything you want to ask, especially about the business side of things like that. If you wanting to know about it, wanting to know more about my mistakes, where I messed up on, there's a lot. So yeah, you want to know things like that, just drop it in the comments. No, I do try my best to answer every single comment that does comment. That's one thing I have tried to do since I started this channel. So yeah, that's how I do. I do like sort of talking to the people watching. It's quite nice having that little, almost that community feeling that I feel like I'm building already on this channel, and I'm excited to see where this could lead us. I'm hoping there's a lot of good things come from this channel in the future. Next year I know it's a bit while away, but I'm still haven't got a passport at the minute. But yeah, I'm getting that back soon, and I'm hoping I can maybe start doing a few vlogs, things like this in the future of travelling, sort of hopefully towards the beginning of next year, things like this. Like I said, I'm looking to go out to Vietnam, China, Hong Kong, places like this. So yeah, hopefully a few videos out might be coming in the future. But yeah, for the meantime, it's just us guys. So yeah, like I say, if this is something you like and you're looking forward to part 9 of mine, then yeah, please subscribe. It goes a long way. So yeah, thank you, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers, bye.